Looking forward to this. Our next guest, he managed Celtic to a premiership. Ange Postecoglou, welcome and congratulations.
Yeah, cheers. It's been a pretty hectic few days, but starting to sink in now and enjoying it.
Geez, you look nice and sharp and good. I thought over there the Scots got a bit of grog into them. You're looking $1 million, Ange.
Yeah, that's a Scots, mate. I'm not a Scot. Yeah, I'm still a sort of relaxed, placid Aussie, mate. So no, I had a couple of quiet ones, but mate, at my age, and I got 2 young ones, mate, to get me up at 6 a.m. There's no big partying for me anymore.
Good man. You surprised some. Did you surprise yourself? In 12 months, look what you've achieved.
Look, no, I didn't, because I think then, I would have found it hard to sort of accomplish what we did, because I think, as you know, like when you're sort of a leader, that people need to believe in you. And I think people needed to see in me that I really felt we could do this. I think if it was just all smoke and mirrors and I didn't really have belief in myself, then I think after a time, people would see through that. But I had a real conviction. I didn't know whether we'd end up champions, but I had a conviction that, we could have a good shake at it this year. We could be a good football team and challenge for it. And, that's been the focus all year. So, and I also understood, this is a football club that's steeped in success, and last year it didn't win anything, and we couldn't go 2 years without having some sort of success. So I knew that, it was on me to make sure that we delivered.
And when you first arrived, some of the Celtic media were mocking you. So how tough were those early days? I think some of them called you Ange Postecoglou. Did you try and do a Mark Williams, Alan Scott style and stick it right up him? And
no, and it wasn't really the Celtic media. I think it was just media in general, mate. I've come from the other side of the world. They got no idea. It's sort of they don't see Australia as a sort of a bastion of football sort of pedigree in terms of a manager. So I kind of understood that. And to be fair, mate, I've had some fair whacks in Australia as well, mate, from the media there. So I was well schooled in dealing with it. So it's never really bothered me. For me, it's more about, you get an opportunity, then it's up to me to dispel any doubts people may have about me. The initial bit, well, that's just par for the course. You've got to go in there and even if you come in on a white horse, mate, and everyone wants you, that's no guarantee of success either. You just got to make sure you deliver when given the opportunity, and that's always been my focus.
And you're finally in a country where soccer's number one. The people's lives, it's religion, it's a way of life. Is it everything you dreamed it to be?
Yeah, I think so, mate. I think that's the biggest bit. I mean, look, I've been pretty lucky. I've had a lot of success in my career and I've enjoyed every one of it, but I've always craved to be in an environment where people are as passionate about this game as I was, and that was the experience I wanted to live. That was the experience I wanted to be in the middle of, and it hasn't disappointed. I mean, the passion people here, as you said, they're not. People have to find a new word for it, because they're not fans and not supporters of the football club. This football club is who they are. Their whole week, their whole year, the mood is gauged by how this team goes. They get out the fixture list and they plan their weddings, baptisms, christenings, whatever you want around the games. They plan their holidays around the season. So it's a way of life for them. And, I love that, because that's how I felt about the game my whole life. So it's just great to be in the middle of it.
Well done. The Rangers-Celtic rivalry, how fierce is it? Do we even have any idea over here?
Nah, mate, it's I said before, it's Port Adelaide on steroids, mate. You're talking, 10 levels above. This is steeped in, and they say, if you're manager of one of those clubs, 50% of the city loves you and the other 50% detests you. But that's only if you're successful. If you're not, then the whole city bloody hates you. So, you can't go anywhere without people, declaring their allegiance for one or the other. And again, that's part of it. You love the fact that there's there's rivalry there, and that gets the competitive juices going.
Yeah, well, they've become our second team, Celtic, no question. The Aussie connection was strong with Tommy Rogic. He ended up a cult figure, didn't he?
Mate, yeah, well, it was a big jump for him when he came across here as a teenager. He came out at 19 years old, and he's come to the other side of the world, and it's rare for sort of a foreigner to stay so long at a football club over here in Europe. Tommy's been here 19 years now, and
wow,
they loved him here, mate. You look at his highlight reel, and Tommy had a knack of not just scoring goals, but scoring special ones. The ones that mean the most to win against Rangers or to win a cup final, or so those kind of things stick in the memory. And it was great that he was able to end it in the right way. As sometimes your sporting careers, you don't get to write your ending. And I reckon if Tommy could write the perfect ending for himself here at Celtic, he would have said, you know what, I'd love to play at home in front of 60,000 and leave as a champion. And that's exactly what he did. Although he hit the post, he probably would have wanted to score as well.
He did too. Yeah.
You can't have it all, mate. You can't have it all.
Life's not meant to be like that. Have you got your eye on any other Aussies? Is your phone running hot, Ange?
Yeah, look, I'm always sort of abreast of what's happening back home, and I think there's we've got maybe 2 or 3 Aussies playing in the Scottish Premiership next year at other clubs. So, and it is a market that everyone looks at, and whilst the A-League's been through a bit of a tough time, I think what I have noticed over the last sort of particularly 12 months, a lot of young players are getting an opportunity, which I think in the long term is probably a good thing. So yeah, look, I'm always looking, and if the next Tommy Rogic comes along, this football club has a tradition of having Aussies through here from Mark Viduka and Scotty McDonald and Jackson Irvine. So there's always been an Aussie connection. So I'll try and make that continue, mate.
Celtic Championship manager Ange Postecoglou, our guest. You've won a championship for South Melbourne, Brisbane Roar, the Asian Cup with our mighty Socceroos, Yokohama now Celtic. Success seems to follow you, Ange.
I've done all right, mate.
You've done all right, Ange.
I've gone okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. And I actually won a couple at South and a couple at Brisbane, but that's a small
true.
Point. That's all right.
Yeah.
No, it's look, mate, it's been great. I've been really lucky. And you know what it's like, when you win those things, the biggest thing for me is those memories stay with you forever. I can reconnect with people at South that we won championship with, or at Brisbane, or with the Socceroos or Yokohama. Now at Celtic, I know in 20 years' time, if I bump into those people, that we've shared something special together. And that's why I love this game, mate. I've been blessed. I've avoided having a real job my whole life. I've kind of just gone along doing what I love, and I've been pretty blessed with it all.
Yeah, you're being very modest there. You got a rolling contract. You signed for 1 year. There wouldn't be another manager in the world that had done that and backed himself in, Ange. So for that, well done. I think they bit of the Australian way that. So what's next, Ange? What's next?
Next, well, let's just see, mate. I mean, if you had asked me what was next, maybe even 12 months ago, I probably wouldn't have said this. So, we're champions now. We're in the Champions League next year, which will be enormous. Playing against the best in Europe, some of the best football clubs in the world. Who's to know, mate? I've never laid down a goal in my life, because if I did, I probably would have surpassed it 20 odd years ago. And every next step gives you an opportunity to do something, be part of something special. So who knows what the next 12 months have in store for us? But like always, mate, I'll have a decent crack at it and see what comes out.
Beautiful. Did I read you'll be the first Aussie coach ever to coach a Championship League team?
Yeah, look, I mean, there's probably a few firsts that'll happen, but again, I think that's great, not just for me, but hopefully that means that opportunities open up for other Aussies, other Aussie managers, particularly. We've got some fantastic young Aussie managers in Australia and working in Japan, and some starting their careers in Europe. And I think with these kind of things, a bit like Aussie players back in sort of the 80s and 90s, the pioneers that came over here and opened the doors for Aussie footballers to have careers. Hopefully I can continue to have success, and that opens the doors and opportunities for others.
Yeah. Saw on Twitter today, I caught a photo of you with Mile Jedinak, our Socceroos skipper. You coached us It's almost 5 years to the day we qualified for that 2018 World Cup. I can remember it vividly. Love the Socceroos. If the FFA rung you today, Ange, and said, the job's yours, come on, we need you. Come on, Ange, we need you.
They probably won't get me today, mate. I've got a busy day, so
Good
it would go through to my message bank, and then I'll deal with it there.
Yeah, well, we got you. Tell me, the Scottish, they have a very broad accent. Can you understand a damn word they say?
It is a struggle. Like there have been moments where I'm sitting in the company of others and they've had a pretty robust discussion about something, and I haven't really contributed. And I think it's because I'm listening, intently and have a firm view, but it's because I don't even know what they're talking about, mate. So I just kind of nod really assertively, and they think I'm all across it. So yeah, it's fair to say I got a way to go.
Yeah, okay. It's my favourite accent to take off. How's this go? Ark, chump is so chumpy, you can carve it. Did that sound Scottish at all, Ange?
I don't even know what that sounded like, mate. I've got no idea.
It's an ad. It's a Pal's ad over here. Pal's meaty bite.
I know it's an ad. I know, mate. I know the ad, but that's not Scottish.
Yes,
I don't even know what that is.
Ark, chump, so chumpy. Chumpy. That is certainly Scottish. Give me your best Scottish. Come on if you think you're that good.
I'm just glad we're not in the same room, mate, because I would have got a hell of a spray in the middle of that. I'll tell you now.
Hey, before we go, and we're blessed to have you, Ange, we're that proud of you, mate. The Mighty Blues, they're sitting top 4. I just want to know, do you want me to organise your grand final tickets? It's been a long time. Ange, just give me the word and it's done.
I don't, mate. Vossi's got it, mate. He knows what he's doing. I'm wrapped. He's at the helm. We've got a good crop of young players, but 1 week at a time, mate. No grand final parades yet. Let's just take it easy. But they're going well. I love the Blues. Always follow them, mate.
Yeah, we know that. Look, you performed, some say, a mini sporting miracle to turn Celtic around in 12 months. What, you were 25 points behind the Rangers the year before to win the Scottish Premiership title. It's been enormous, Ange. We're proud of you, mate. Keep going. Don't ever set goals. As you said, no need. Mate, you're blessed. Live your dream. You're there, and we'll keep in touch.
You're a good man. Thank you, bud.
Good on you, Ange Postecoglou. What an absolute star. We are blessed. Our guest.